You coined a great phrase in UnSelling. You're suggesting that people can't have funnel vision. Now, are there some examples, Scott, of some unfortunate examples of companies or brands that you've seen that did have funnel vision and missed the opportunity to authentically engage with their customers?
We did a talk up in Brantford. Me and a buddy, John Morgan, who writes Brand Against Machine, great
Right.
branding guy.
Yep.
And we sat down, we had a VIP thing for just 10 people in the audience that sat down and had a kind of a Q&A with John and I. We were riffing at lunch.
Right.
And this guy who does roofing looks at us and goes, I don't want to do all these engagement things. If you're not ready to get a new roof in the next 6 weeks, I don't want to talk to you. That, to me, defines that funnel vision. That's the car dealer who doesn't want you walking on their lot unless you're going to walk out with a set of keys in your hand. It's totally different nowadays. And if you just focus on that little narrow funnel nowadays, you're going to miss so much of it. And here's the worst part. You won't even know you're missing customers because they'll make that decision before they even come to you.
Right. I've seen you do the UnMarketing presentation at a conference or three, and every one is different. And you're a great stage performer.
Thank you.
You could loosen up a little bit, but now you've spoken a lot since UnMarketing and into QR codes, Kill Kittens, and into UnSelling about how important it is to create community. That your customers actually want to feel as if they're part of something, not just a target group, but form an actual community. So who's really good at this? Who's been good in your mind?
I got a great example of one that happened, and I believe we put it on Selling. We talked about it on the show, that a brand like IKEA. So the example was in Ottawa that a woman claimed that a manager at the IKEA there told her breastfeeding was disgusting and she had to leave the store because she's breastfeeding her baby. And so I did what we do on the UnMarketing Facebook page, and I posted, and the outrage that follows. It's what we do.
Right.
But the response on the actual post itself was very interesting. That the majority of responses was, "This doesn't sound like IKEA. They're great. They have these Mother's Days, and they have these things where you come in. They have a ball pit, for crying out loud, for children. This does not sound like them." And here's what happened. IKEA did not have this knee-jerk reaction. IKEA said, we're going to investigate, and obviously this is terrible if it happened, and we need to look into this first to be fair to everybody. They came back to the news the next week and said, this never happened. They looked at the tape. She was never even in the line where she said she was with her baby. She made it up. And this is the thing. IKEA didn't throw anybody under the bus working there in a knee-jerk reaction-wise. And the community said, see? And that's the best "I told you so" I ever want to hear. Somebody coming to me and say, "I told you so," and I'm like, that's good, because the community, you build a community before you need it.
Right.
That's the point of community. That if you ever, heaven forbid, need somebody to come to stand up to your defense, it's an amazing thing, and you don't have to ask.